Okay, not great news about this guy. He stands at D. Plus. This guy flashes some red flags that you really need to watch out for. Welcome to the Strong Brew, where you get answers to questions you're not supposed to ask. These are some things you may want to know about the man in your life. If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure? Will he try and use money to control you? Will he share housework or just make you do it all? In fights, when he gets angry, does he get aggressive? During intimacy, does he understand that no means no? Is he jealous, suspicious, or possessive? Will his attitude towards you change after having kids? Will he treat your parents with respect? What if you have conflicts with his parents? We tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. These are things nobody else will tell you. Things that are important for your future. This is a safe space for truth. No judgment, no platitudes, no login, no payment either. Our questions are from real life, but our answers come from science. Now, I built this thing, me and my husband, and honestly, we built it and we live it. We are both Stanford grads, we both have worked at Google, and we've been happily together since 1998. Along the way, we've added a son, now 13, and 4 dogs. We are genuine folks. If you're a woman trying to understand any man in your life, here is how it works. Go to www.thestrongbrew.life. Click on the Understand a Guy button there. Answer 10 questions about him. Watch a video tailored to your guy. That's all there is to it. It is completely anonymous, no login, no payment, no games, no manipulation. This analysis is obtained by combining solid trait psychology with cutting edge AI ML. We represent each person's personality with what is known as a feature vector. This has 10 elements, so our data is effectively 10-dimensional data. In case you're wondering how we can infer so much from just 10 questions, well, 10-dimensional data is very complex. There is a lot you can learn from that level of detail.
Okay, I think that does it for the preamble. Now let's plunge in. Let's start with this guy in his career. Will he go far or just talk big?
He is the type who backs up his big talk with real effort. His strong will and high energy mean he will push hard in his work, often getting noticed for his determination. You will rarely catch him sitting on the sidelines. He likes to be in the spotlight and in control.
Can he bounce back from failure?
He's not one to break down easily. He'll bounce back quickly when work gets tough. If there's a problem, he faces it head on and refuses to back down, even if it means being a bit stubborn. You might see him get loud or insist his way is the solution, but he won't disappear or give up.
What do people at work think of him? Do they like him?
He is not the easiest person to get along with at work. People might respect his energy and get things done attitude, but he often rubs others the wrong way because he likes to be the boss and doesn't think much about their feelings. Don't expect him to win any popularity contests. He's more feared or tolerated than truly liked by most around him.
If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure?
If you do really well in your own career, he probably won't feel proud. He's more likely to feel insecure and maybe even jealous. He wants to be the main achiever, so your success might come across as competition instead of something to celebrate together. Instead of cheering for you, he could make sharp comments or try to remind everyone of his own victories.
What if you start earning more than him?
Yes, he is likely to secretly resent you or feel insecure if you earn more than him. He likes being seen as the main provider and wants to feel in charge. So it's hard for him to handle someone else out earning him, especially his partner. Even if he doesn't say it out loud, you might sense irritation or see him trying to one up you or talk down your achievements.
Next, let's talk about how he is with money. Does he overspend? Is he reckless with money?
He's not someone who plans every rupee carefully. He works hard to earn, but he doesn't always think before spending. He's not the type to sit down and make a monthly budget or discuss financial goals calmly.
Does he show off and pretend to be richer than he is?
He's more likely to pretend he's richer than he is, wanting to show off his success even if it means stretching his budget. He enjoys the feeling of being seen as important or successful, so he might spend on things that make him look good, even when it's not the wisest choice. He doesn't like to admit when he needs to cut back, so sometimes he may hide money troubles or brush them off.
Is he too generous, too stingy, or just right?
He is not very open handed or kind, especially with money or his attitudes. He might spend on himself to look successful, but he usually doesn't think much about sharing or helping out others. If you're hoping for soft hearted support or unselfish giving, you'll likely be disappointed.
Will he use money to try and control you?
He tends to be secretive and controlling when it comes to money. He likes to keep things to himself, especially about how much he spends or earns, and is not comfortable sharing details or making joint decisions. This can make you feel out of the loop or worried about surprises down the line.
Let's see how this guy is with sharing housework. Will he share housework or just make you do it?
He is likely to believe that housework is only your job, not something to be shared. He prefers things his way and doesn't naturally think about what's fair for both partners. So he isn't likely to roll up his sleeves and help around the home. He puts his energy into what matters to him, not everyday chores or shared tasks.
Will he help you or just boss you around and tell you what to do?
He is more likely to help by standing over you and telling you what to do, rather than actually getting his hands dirty with chores or diapers. He sees himself as the one in charge and prefers to give orders or offer advice instead of pitching in equally. He calls the shots but expects you to do most of the actual work.
Now let's see about how this guy is during fights. In fights, does he try to understand your views or just win the fight?
He usually argues to prove he's right, not to understand your side. Even when you share your feelings or try to explain, he listens just enough to find a way to push back or win the debate. He's focused on showing his way is best, so he doesn't make much effort to see things from your point of view.
Does he become aggressive when angry?
When he's angry, he doesn't always stay respectful. He can get loud, say hurtful things, or make sharp comments that sting. Kindness and gentle handling aren't his strengths in a fight. You can expect blunt or even rude behavior instead.
Does he have a bad temper?
He doesn't get angry very quickly. He can hold himself together most of the time. But when something does upset him, he lets his feelings show through sharp words or bossy behavior. If you find yourself feeling hurt or put down often, that's not something to brush aside.
Will he say sorry and accept his mistakes?
He rarely says sorry or takes responsibility when things go wrong. Instead, he's more likely to blame you or find excuses for his actions. He'll shift the blame or change the topic, leaving you to carry the emotional weight.
Next, let's talk about intimacy and physical chemistry. During intimacy, does he respect your boundaries? Does he get that no means no?
He may struggle to fully respect your boundaries, especially if they go against what he wants in the moment. He can be stubborn and pushy, often thinking his way should take priority. So when you say no, he might not listen right away or try to convince you to change your mind. You could find yourself repeating your limits or feeling pressured to give in.
If you are not in the mood for intimacy, will he react badly?
Yes, he is likely to take it personally if you're not in the mood for intimacy. He might act hurt, get irritated, or make you feel guilty, thinking your refusal is a rejection of him instead of just how you feel at the moment. If you want compassion and patience in these moments, you may find his reactions frustrating or even upsetting.
Can you trust him not to shame you or share your private moments, maybe love letters, photos, or videos, even after a breakup or a bad fight?
You should be careful here because he may not always handle private moments with the care and respect they deserve. If there's a fight or if he feels upset, he might use things you shared during intimate times to make a point or even embarrass you. If you value privacy, kindness, and trust, especially about sensitive matters, you may feel uneasy with him.
Is he loyal or is he likely to want to have affairs?
He's easily distracted by other women and doesn't have a strong sense of loyalty. His focus is on what excites him right now. So if someone catches his eye or flatters him, he may give in to temptation without thinking much about the harm it could cause. You might notice him flirting or seeking attention from others, even when you're together.
Will he be jealous, suspicious, and try to control you?
Yes, he's the type who can be over possessive, often acting jealous, controlling, and suspicious. He likes to feel in charge, so he may question where you go, who you meet, or even check your phone or messages without asking. This can leave you feeling trapped or like you're walking on eggshells all the time.
This guy says he is protective in a good way. Is he actually just being possessive?
Yes, for him, what seems like a protective nature is actually a sign of a controlling personality. He may say he's looking out for you or keeping you safe, but really he's trying to have power over your choices and your freedom. It's not about love or caring, it's about making sure he stays in charge.
Now, onto the topic of kids and how this guy will be as a father. If you guys have kids, will he make you do most of the work?
He will expect you to do most of the work when it comes to parenting. He doesn't naturally see raising children as a shared responsibility, and he's not likely to pitch in without being asked, if at all. If chores, schoolwork, or emotional support are needed, he's quick to let you handle the tough or messy parts.
Kids are very messy. Will he lose his temper with them?
When the kids mess up or get upset, he's likely to lose his temper rather than stay calm. He can be tough and strict, and small mistakes or emotional outbursts from the children might make him react sharply. Instead of speaking gently, he may raise his voice, use harsh words, or show frustration easily.
If you guys have kids, will he still support your career?
He is not likely to fully support your role as both a mother and your own person. He expects you to handle most of the parenting and household work and doesn't naturally think about giving you space for your own dreams or interests. If you want time for your career friends or even just yourself, he may not offer much encouragement or help.
Will this man say one thing early on, maybe while dating, and then later after kids and marriage change his tune and try to make you give up your career?
Yes, he is the kind of man who might seem supportive of your career now, only to expect you to quit once you have a child. He often sees traditional roles as the norm and believes running the home and caring for kids is mostly your responsibility. At first, his support may look real, but it's likely not deep or lasting, especially when family demands grow.
Next, let's see how this guy treats your parents. Will he be respectful with your parents?
He is more likely to just act polite on the surface with your parents rather than showing real warmth or genuine care. He's not naturally thoughtful or emotionally tuned in, so while he might say the right things during visits or family events, it probably won't go much deeper than that. This can leave you wishing for more warmth and true connection between your worlds. He will expect your family to change for him, not the other way around.
What if your family creates stress or interferes a bit in your lives?
If your family creates stress or interferes, he is more likely to make things worse rather than handle it calmly. He doesn't have much patience for situations that don't go his way, and he can react with blunt words or a sharp attitude. You could find yourself stuck between both sides, trying to fix hurt feelings on your own.
Then let's analyze the role this guy's family will play in your life. Is this man modern with you but a completely different person when other people, say his parents or bosses, are around?
Yes, he is the kind of man who might act modern with you in private, but will expect you to be a traditional, supportive wife in front of his relatives. He may encourage your choices when you're alone together, but when family visits or there's an important occasion, he'll want you to dress, speak, and behave in ways that match traditional expectations. He may not say this openly at first, but his actions will show that he values what his relatives think and wants you to fit in. If you prefer to be yourself all the time and not switch roles to please others, you might feel frustrated or hurt by this double standard.
If there is tension between you and his parents, will he support you?
If there's tension, he is more likely to stay out of it or even side with his family rather than fully support you. He doesn't like to challenge his own people and often expects you to adjust or keep quiet for the sake of peace. This can make family stress even harder to handle as you carry the weight by yourself.
Say you have a conflict with his mother, what will this guy do?
He shows signs of being a mummy's boy. and is very unlikely to choose your side in a conflict with his mother. When there's a disagreement, he'll tend to support her wishes or opinions, expecting you to fit in or let things go for family harmony. His main loyalty lies with his mother, and this can make you feel second best or unheard when problems arise.
Will he share all the private details of your relationship with his mother or sister?
Yes, he is likely to share every detail of your fights or private life with his mother or sister. He doesn't see healthy boundaries between your marriage and his family, so he may run to them with your problems, even over small issues. For your relationship, this can be very damaging.
Now let's zoom out and put it all together.
So, overall, this guy stands at D. Plus. Some of these red flags can really become a big deal. You've got to be very careful here. Being in a relationship with this man day in and day out can be exhausting and lonely. You'll spend a lot of time feeling like everything is on your shoulders: housework, kids, even managing his moods.